Good morning and welcome once more to my underground lair. Mwahaha and all that malarkey. It's my Suzuki Diaries. It is Wednesday the 14th of October. Time for the Suzuki SV650S. Had a bit of a blast on yesterday. It was chucked down Reno and had a bit of rubbish news, so I didn't do any filming. But as you can see, she's all ready to rock. I actually was followed one of these the other day on the CBR600R and love the front lights when you see them from behind. You want another bike, they just make it look mean and imposing. Love the styling on it as well. It's got a real plucky V2 engine, and I'm looking forward to riding this. It should be different to a lot of the other stuff I've done. Obviously the 600s I've all ridden recently have been 4 cylinders. The twin develops a lot more kind of grunty power low down, you know, a lot more torque and that. You don't have to quite go through the gears as much that, you know, you're not going to be able to pull away in third gear or something. But obviously, because it doesn't rev as highly, in some ways you have to work the gears more, but it's a lot more immediate power. So I reckon I've got the onboard camera on. I'm going to jump on this, go for a little spin, and let you know what I think afterwards. Ride safe, buddies. So, Suzuki SV650S. First impressions, really like it. Talked about the V-twin engine. Man, it delivers a lot of torquey power, and it sounds, compared to the 4-cylinder one, almost industrial, you know. It's got that grrr, and it wants to go instead of the smoothness, but it's just instant power when you need it. Obviously, it's the 650S, so it's got a little bit of a sportier kind of fairing on it and that makes the riding position, for me, almost ideal. I find that with kind of 600 full-on bikes, like the R6, CBR600R on that, after about an hour, my knees are shot. With this one, you're still a little bit forward on the tank, but you know what, your knees are around your ankles, so it's actually a lot more comfortable to ride. It's light and nimble on the roads as well. It really wants to be chucked around, and because that kind of crazy V-twin power is always there on tap, you're kind of, you know, always just wanting to chuck it around and throw it around. I mean, if I start it up, just give an example of what I mean by the industrial sound. In no way is that me kind of saying it's not great. Oh, I don't do the clutch in. So when you have the smoothness of the, you know, 4-cylinder compared to this, almost sounds like a chainsaw, doesn't it? But you know what? I like it because of it. It's an interesting one into obviously the excellent kind of list of 600s that are around. I know a lot of people probably don't find the looks as good as some of the races, but it definitely looks better than, say, I don't know, a Bandit or a Hornet or something. And it, you know, it's got a nice, very distinctive look to it. If we look at it from this side. Like the sound it produced, like how it feels to ride. I've got some onboard footage that I will obviously splice in so you guys can see what it's like to perform, but I'm going to take it out for another little spin right now, see if I can't put it through its paces. There is something about the twin engine on this, and the bike itself, which screams to me character. Okay, not got the character of like the Harley Davidson Nitro I read recently, but remember I went on about the Buell 1125R before we got the video. It's back in my old blog, go check them out on The Independent. Talked about how I love riding a kind of V-twin because of that kind of torque wave you've got. You know, you are flicking up through the gears a little bit more, not that you need to if you're just cruising around, but you know, to get that acceleration, that punch. But I love that feeling it gives you. It does feel a little bit more industrial because of the twin. It's not as smooth, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It just means it feels rawer. I'm loving the lightness of this bike. It's too light even to get me out of my car park earlier. The detector didn't pick it up, and I'm liking the way you can really throw it around, like it's distinct styling. I really like as well, as I know Jace touched on, for instance, the way Suzuki have laid things out on the dial here with your kind of rev counter. Everything's in one place, so you're not having to look away. Damn, this is just a good practical bike. I would, compared to say the CB600F, the what was it, Suzuki Bandit had the other day as well and stuff like that, it definitely stands out amongst the crowd, which is unusual in the 600 category. Obviously it's 650, but because it's that twin, you know, it rides differently. It's obviously not going to live this as a full-on sports bike, but that's not the point. If you had just passed and you wanted something that has got the ability to make you smile but not take your head off, this is definitely one of the best in that category I have ridden. I'm liking it. I even like the big kind of nose at the front, you see that? So, Suzuki SV650S has made a real impression on me, and I've only been riding it for 2 days, so see what it does tomorrow. I'm going to take it out for a very long, big spin tomorrow night, and hopefully, when the weather's a little bit better, see what it's like when you actually get out on the big open roads. Cool. Until next time, my illustrious compadres, ride safe.